Smell this. It smells like straight weed. It's sitting in my backpack in there. Yeah, in that backpack. That's where I took some blunts with me just in case. But I ended up smoking it on my way back. And it was sitting in that same pocket as it. What's up, y'all? What's up, DJL? 720 reps in. Set 10 coming up. Let's go. Going for 800 reps. You said set 10. That's what's up, man. Good money, DJL. Axis, what's going on? How you feeling today? Miss Helen, appreciate you coming through. Much love, Miss Helen. Desi, what's up, Desi? Much love. Gonna do pistol squats today since I haven't worked my legs in 2 days. I got a well-deserved rest. So now we picking up, doing a very advanced routine. Very advanced doing these pistol squats. We're doing 10 sets of 10, so it's gonna be a tough one. So we're doing 100 pistol squats per leg. 100 pistol squats per leg. You know, that's only the greatest country in the world. America. Amaruka. Shout out to India. Shout out to Padam out in India as well. Appreciate you coming through, Desi. Forgive me if I'm saying your name wrong. All right, here we go. We're gonna get started, man. I'm not gonna procrastinate too much today. Gonna get to it because this is gonna be pretty intense routine. The whole body weight on one leg for 100 rounds or 100 reps, 10 sets, 10 sets of 10 on each leg. I know I could do it because I did it before. Maybe I'll do like a chaser in between. I don't know, maybe pushes or something. I don't know. We'll just go with the flow, how I'm feeling. Shout out to India. All right, here we go. Yeah, Desi, we in America. Shout out to India though. All right, here we go. Let me tilt it because this thing is. Well, maybe it could stay like that. All right, that's good enough. I'm gonna start off with the leg I'll be struggling with the most. I'm gonna start off with the right leg. All right, we go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's crazy. How can you be sore for 3 days straight and you ain't even work on the legs for 2 days? Here we go. We gotta get the left leg. Extra credit, 80 pulls, 100 more squats, 20 push-ups. Let's go, DJL. Good money. Good money. Miss Helen, I would be on the floor trying to do that. Yeah, I already know. It's like this is like an advanced routine. Pretty advanced, but there's ways you could do it uh to get your knees a little bit stronger. You just go halfway, or you could do the training where you put your hand down to the floor and you just go down to your hand and then back up. And then there's other ways you could use, like Dion, that one day he had like a stump, like a tree, or you could use a chair. Use a chair, bring a chair over, and then just go down to the chair and then back up. And then through time it'll get easier and easier. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, I'm doing 100 of these per leg. Why? I don't know. Why I be deciding to do these things, I don't know. But here I am. 100 pistol squats per leg. So that'll be 200 reps. All right, that's round 1 in the bag. Thinking if I should do anything in between. My shoulder felt a little bit weird this morning, so no pulls today. Let's see, probably just do 10 set burpees, 2 pump. Here we go. Yeah, appreciate that, Miss Helen. We're gonna get through it. I'm gonna do something in between just to give my legs a little bit of leeway. Here we go. Let me see how my shoulder feels doing these burpees real quick. We'll do 10 sets of 10 sets real quick, 2 pump. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, yeah, shoulder feels weird. I'm gonna pull off on that. And we just gonna keep on doing these pistol squats. We're gonna do 100 pistol squats per leg. That's round 1 complete. Let's get into round 2. Yeah, we're gonna cool off on the burpees for right now. I gotta make sure I'm ready for October. That's when it really gonna go down. So I need to make sure that my shoulder's good before then. I think what it was me doing the muscle ups yesterday. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's just having a little moment today. That's all. I think it's just having a little moment because I didn't feel nothing yesterday when I was doing the muscle ups. So we gonna keep going though. We gonna keep pushing and we gonna keep healing. But one thing I sure the fuck ain't gonna do is mess it up again. Where I gotta go through all of that shit again. So I'm playing safe. Appreciate that, Miss Helen. Let's go. Leo says so. Appreciate you coming through, man. Yes, sir. Burpee. Yeah, I'm gonna pause on the burpees today. I was just trying to see where my shoulder was at. Yo, I'm gonna listen. Yo, I'm gonna keep going though. You already know. October is the PCB. You gotta link up with PCB. But we doing 1,000 2-pump burpees on October 11th. Man, you more than welcome to join. Most definitely, you more than welcome to join. Cause I already know you an endurance warrior and you about that life. So yeah, you don't gotta do 1,000, but you know we doing 1,000, and you know people joining in can go as far as they could go. So yeah, October 11th, man, that's the date. So if you're available, man, come through, show some love, man. We're gonna get these burpees in together. We're gonna get these burpees in together. Definitely, I know this up your alley too, so you definitely should join with us. Get this money with us. Did it before? Yeah, see, I figured that. Freaking animal, bro. You're an animal. You're getting that money. That's what's up. Yeah, I'm gonna do it for my first time, October 11th. So I gotta make sure this guy right here good to go, cause we gonna ride this one out through and through. All right, here we go, man. Round two. Brought to I like reggae. Okay, that's what's up. Me too. I'm always down for the stuff. 1K sounds good. Let's go. Let's get it, man. Yeah. Shout out to PCB and Kivo. Kivo. They the ones who came up with the idea, man. I just decided that I'm gonna join in and get this burpee money with them. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good day. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We go other leg. Doing 100 of these per leg. Since we're not doing the burpees today, we're just gonna do straight leg work. It's all right. We work around it. Work around it. No excuses. We work around it. Here we go, other leg. Appreciate everybody coming through. Bro, much love and respect. Get my own in as well. Good money, man. For sure. For sure. Make sure y'all go subscribe to Leo Says So. Go. He about to go live. Make sure y'all go show love. Let him know you're there. Appreciate you coming through, bro. Salute. Endurance warrior right there, y'all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, Let me hang for one hand or one arm real quick. My shoulder. Okay, okay. Yeah, one thing I'm not gonna do is re-injure my shoulder. Here we go, round three. Round three, Rage. What's going on, Rage? Appreciate you coming through. Day 4 completed. Let's go. Good money. Day 4 complete. Day 5 coming up. It's a lifestyle. We gotta enjoy the journey. That's why we're here. We're here to enjoy the journey. And we taking it day by day. Good shit. Good money, Rage. Shout out to Rage in the chat. Y'all go show love to Rage. Appreciate you coming through, man. Good money. 920 reps in, 80 more to go. Let's go, DJL. You going for 1,000 a day? Shout out to DJL as well. Getting his money right now. Who's that? Dion. What's up, Dion? Good live this morning. Shout out to Dion in the chat as well. Yeah, since I didn't do legs for 2 days, doing pistol squats today. 100 per leg. 100 per leg. We're doing 10 sets of 10. Not doing anything else today because my shoulder is gonna let my shoulder rest. I'm gonna keep doing the mobility stretches and whatnot, but that's it. I'm not doing anything else. It's all legs today. So 100 pistol squats. This is round 3. 10 sets of 10. All right, here we go. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3 in the bag. Round 4 coming up. Hello, Miss Cheryl. How you doing today? Appreciate you coming through. Much love. Yeah, man. Had some milk chocolate covered peanuts at 2 something this morning. Gotta burn it out. I know that's right. Gotta burn it out, DJ. Yeah. Get them 1,000 reps in. Get them demons out of you. Get them demons out of you. Here we go, round 4. You said my voice is good. My voice is good. Can you sing or rap? Uh, well, I mean, appreciate that, Rage. But rapping, I mean, if I put my mind to it, yeah. But if I were to, kind of flow right now, nah. I'll make a fool out of myself. And I used to sing actually a long time ago. I was a part of this group. I forgot what we called ourselves, man. But one of my friends growing up, D'Angelo, and his cousin, John, I believe if I remember his name, something like that, John. He was the lyricist. Now he was a rapper, and we was in the studio and everything. We was recording music, and we recorded our first song and everything. It was called Let's Chill. It was an R&B flow. So yeah, it's a good song. If I had my iPod, what are those things called that we used to listen to music on them iPods, right? That's what they're called. Yeah. If I would still have my iPod, I'll let y'all listen to that song. That song was fire that we recorded. Uh, but yeah, other than that, no, I don't sing or I don't rap. You know what I'm saying? But still love R&B, depending on what they talking about. Uh, and obviously, everybody like rap, but you gotta be careful what you listening to nowadays too, like what they rapping about, because a lot of it's all propaganda nowadays. So, but anyway, appreciate that, Rage. Appreciate that. Appreciate that, Dion. Let's go. Here we go. Round 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Send me a beat. I'll come up with something. I'll come up with a quick flow. If I put my mind to it, yeah, I could definitely master that shit. I would be coming after every rapper out there today that think they're doing something. Expose their motherfucking ass. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's 10. Yep, all legs today. 10 sets of 10, y'all. 100 pistol squats per leg. 10 sets of 10. We on round 5 now. We already halfway there. What's going on, Nikki? Appreciate you coming through. Much love. Luke, most rappers nowadays look like carnival clown. Sound like they don't speak English. I know, man. It's different than how it used to be, man. They just mumbling, like I could literally get in the studio and just be like and be number one on the billboards next month. Shit, might as well, man. Free money. Shit, get them royalties, get on there mumbling and shit. I'm already knowing that's all it is, Luke. It's just a mumble rap. And then when you do actually like hear what they saying, they ain't talking about nothing. All this propaganda and shit. They getting paid to give certain type of views to sway the people. You know what I'm saying? Because they obviously celebrities. They got a lot of eyes on them, so that's one of their ways on how they can do what they do. But I could literally get in the studio and just do whatever and get paid for it nowadays. You don't even gotta have no talent, because literally about 95% of the motherfuckers up there right now that's famous ain't got no motherfucking talent. A lot of them, they got ghostwriters writing for them, and they just get paid to show face. You know what I'm saying? I mean, y'all could get in the studio, come out with some shit, and get paid royalties from it. It could just sound like there's a song I heard, this video floating around the internet. This kid, and there was him and his mom was listening. His mom was videotaping him, uh, going word for word of this rap song. And all the song is doing is like bebop, a boobop, ba 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 bop bop, a bop ba boppity wop, a wop wop wop, boppity wop wop wop. I'm like, what the fuck is that? And he was like into it, like he knew every bebop, bop 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 bop. That's all it was. Wasn't no words, nothing. I'm like, bro, man, let me get in the studio. I'll come up with some real fire shit. I come up with some real fire shit. I'm gonna be packing out these concerts like what's that worshiper dude, that devil worshiper dude, Travis Scott or whatever, Travis. I don't know his name, man, but I'll be packing these motherfucking stadiums up with that bullshit, and I ain't wouldn't be worried about it, man. The money coming in. That's exactly how they doing it right now. But a lot of them is actually getting paid to do what they do. Telling y'all, man, all distractions. All distractions. Ain't no more motherfucking Rakim and Nas and them. No more motherfucking Tribe Called Quest type music. No more Heavy D. Who else? What happened to all of that? That's the real. That's real rap. That's where that comes from. Scarface. Appreciate that, Nikki. Rage. Yep. Yep. Chat GPT. Yeah. A lot of this stuff ain't even they own. But we think it is. We think they creating this shit. We think they the most amazing people out here. J. Cole said that in his song "False Prophets" about rappers, etc. Don't write their stuff. None of them don't write their stuff. It's all they got. They pay ghostwriters. They just paying ghostwriters with the money that they getting paid. To have certain type of lyrics so they can bring out certain type of propaganda. They'll be done by the age of 28. Yup, totally dragged up and no inching on their face left a tattoo. Yup, no brains in the game at all. No souls no more neither. They just sold it for some material gain that's not eternal. That's crazy. That's like some real, like, I don't like using the word retard because it's pretty powerful, but that's some retarded ass shit. You got to be a retard to be, even to be like following them in any way, shape, or form. Like I know that the 808 beats and stuff is attracting, it's captivating, You know what I'm saying? Just because of the beat and the flow, because music it's a very powerful frequency, and they know how to utilize it with their lyrics, that bullshit ass lyrics, and that's what gets y'all people caught up. And man, the rest, the rest could tell for itself. But at the end of the day, it's all bullshit, man. Fuck all of them. They ain't no better than you and I. When you talk about retarded, that's retarded. That's some retarded ass shit. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bottom of the fifth. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Appreciate that, y'all. Let's work. Let's go, DJ. Yeah, appreciate that, Nikki. Yes, sir, DJ. Yeah, 1,000 reps in. Good money. Good money, bro. I had to tilt the camera a little bit because it be moving up on its own. These is tough. All right, here we go. We at round 6. We at round 6. All right, don't get me wrong, man. There is some good songs out, but you gotta pay attention to what they're saying in their music. For sure, Miss Helen. Appreciate you, Dion. Instead of the 20 push-ups, extra credit, I did 20 more pulls for 200 pulls. That's what's up, DJ. Yeah. Oh yeah, we're gonna have to definitely get it in. For sure, do a pull routine. Here we go, round 6. Yeah, look, man, these is tough, man. These is tough. DJF feel like Goku. Unleash it all, DJF. Let them know. Yeah, look, man, I'm doing 100 per leg because I didn't work my legs for the past 2 days. So this is how I'm coming back. Doing 100 pistol squats per leg. And then we might do a little bit more after. Here we go. Round 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hey. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here we go, round 7. All right, see you tomorrow. Have a good day. You too, Rage. You too, man. Take care. More abundance and prosperity to you and yours, man. Keep getting your money in. Remember, it's about the journey. Take it day by day. Enjoy the process. Enjoy the process, man. Appreciate you coming through. Good money. Ah, shit. Enjoy the process, man. K, you should go to failure with the pistol squats. Come back with a vengeance. Yes, sir. Facts. This is it. Can hurt your lower back, or it shouldn't. What you saying, K? Can hurt my lower back. I can already feel it in my lower back. That's why this is a lot of core activation all around, front and back. But I'm well aware. I'm well aware. It's been a while since I, did these regularly like I am now. But I'm back, man. I'm back. I'm doing 100 per leg. And yeah, I could go to a failure. I could do that too. Maybe I'll do that when I'm done with these 10 rounds. And I'll just do one round where I just keep going until I fail on each leg. I could do that. I'm going to say your shoulder goes to, you shouldn't go to failure with pistol squat. Oh, okay, word. I'll take that. I'll take that advice. Yeah, just to protect the lower back. Okay, I get you. I hear you. Most definitely. But I could do 10 rounds. I could do 10 reps. Because I know I could definitely probably do like the max per leg. I'd probably do around 18, close to 20. But I'm not finna do that. I like to, since these are so like complicated, I like to just stick to what I know I could do, and then just double up on it each time, each set. Here we go, round 7. Appreciate that advice. Most definitely. Here we go. Round 7. Anybody else do pistol squats? Any game that y'all can bestow upon me? Cause I'm here. My ears is open, man. I'm a student to the game, just like everybody else. And let me know also if if my form is incorrect or anything like that. Help me out. Help me out, y'all. Here we go, round 7. I'm a student to the game, just like y'all is. We all here to inspire and help each other, so that we don't have what I have, that shoulder injury. We're trying to, lower risk of injury as much as possible, so we don't have to go through stuff like that. Here we go, round 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got some advice for y'all if y'all wanted to do pistol squats. Instead of putting your hands straight out like I see some people do, put them out horizontally, like diagonally, like this. You'll get better balance versus doing it like this. You're more prone to losing your balance a lot quicker. So Put them out here to your sides at least, diagonally, and you'll get better balance. Also, train your calves. You train your calves, you'll have better balance in general. Real. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's go. 10. Yeah, Dion, that NBA player, Kevin Garnett. I saw one of his interviews on his where he was talking about what he trains, what he loves to train the most. Because Kevin Garnett was a post up phenom, that turnaround jumper, that turnaround fade from the post, the spin up and under type shots is what he mastered pretty much, right? He said that the reason why he was so good at that is obviously because he trained that just about every day. And while he was in the gym with his trainer, he would do calf, he would train his calves before the routine and after. To where the calves, he saw so many reps in the calves every day that's what helped him maintain his balance, as well as do them quick turnarounds and stuff like that, to where the defender couldn't even keep up. Even if they could keep up, man, the fadeaway was just pure. And he said he dedicated all of that to his calves, him training his calves as much as he did. He didn't miss. He said he didn't miss a day training his calves, and that's what he would recommend. Come up, hoopers who have a post game and shit like that to train their calves. Appreciate that. Appreciate that, y'all. K, OFC. OFC, what's that mean? Y'all gonna have to put me up on game with these abbreviations and stuff. OFC. But appreciate you, K, coming through. Much love. Appreciate the game. MV, what's up, MV? Appreciate you coming through, man. You as well, man. You have a blessed Friday. You and yours, you and your family, everybody have a blessed Friday. They had they had no hot water in my house for 2-3 days. I had to take cold showers every day. Now I can't stop. Invigorating, man. Cold showers though, man, they really good. They put you in the present moment, right here, right now, no matter what. No matter how you feeling, I would say the best thing to do is to take a cold shower, especially after training. It'll help your muscles recover a lot quicker as well. But every day, man, every day, I don't know. That's tough. That'd be tough. Appreciate that, Dion. Appreciate that, MV. OFC mean, oh, it means of course. Okay, word. Appreciate that, K. Appreciate that. It means of course. OFC. I didn't even know that. Yeah, me and my wife didn't know that at all. We behind the loop. We behind the hoop. Y'all catching us up. Here we go, round 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, Yeah, we almost there. Almost there. For some reason, this shoulder's like tight, tense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2 more sets. Round 9 coming up. Anybody ever did a study on the on astrology or astronomy? Anybody know anything about planetary alignment? Somebody know a little something about the skies and what be going on. As above, so below. Anybody see the moon this morning? Did y'all see how the moon was upside down this morning? Please, somebody know about this. Don't tell me I'm the only one. Oh, here we go. Round 9 coming up. Anybody see the moon this morning? What that symbolize? Y'all see that upside down moon with the star or the planet that was right next to it, and then the little small one that was behind it? That's that right there, man. I took a picture of it as well. That right there is what you call planetary alignment. Literally, symbolically, there's a lot of signs floating around that you see that have that exact same picture that we saw this morning with the moon. That upside down moon with that star right next to it. Now that star, whatever you want to call it, it could be a star to you or whatever. But I think that's planet. That's a planet. That was Jupiter. I think that's Jupiter. That was right there, because Jupiter is the biggest planet, and that thing was right next to it, letting itself be known. And the one behind it, I'm not too sure what that was, but yeah, signs, they always above you. The signs, you can tell the time by looking up. You can always tell the time by looking up. Ask your great grandparents how they used to tell time, how they used to know what's going to happen, how they used to know what's going on. They used to always look up. That's why I love them. It's a little challenging every day. The more I do it, I have gas, less of extra. Yes, there, yeah, definitely, Luke. Yeah, I actually need to do pistol squats a lot more, because these are highly effective, and I think that they could build a lot quicker than doing air. So air squats, man, ain't nothing like it though. Ain't nothing like just doing regular squats. But the pistol squats, when you're putting the whole body on one leg, it's like, man, especially when you like get, to maintaining your balance and all of that. It's highly effective, highly effective. And I definitely recommend pistol squats, that people train them a lot more, because I don't never see them around. I don't never see them around at all. Hold on, let me see something. All right, here we go, round 9. Honestly, Luke, with the moon this morning, it was upside down, and then the star, was like literally right there. It's like that star, that big star. I think that was a planet. I think that was Jupiter. That was right there on top of the moon, and it was upside down. So like you could see the whole moon. Nothing specifically changed on the moon at all. But the whole moon was still there. But the part that was illuminated, see what I'm saying? The part that was illuminated that they chose to illuminate today was the bottom half. And the bottom half, like the movie, like the movies, on the split screens or the intros and whatnot, upside down, or like the what's that symbology of the some religious group out here, uh, with the star on top. It looked exactly like that. No, it didn't have any other thing going on to it or anything like that. Now, a lot of people believe that that the moon is a celestial being, but me personally, I think that the moon is not really what people think it is. I think the moon is a ship. You don't have to believe me, it's just my point of view. I think that the moon is a ship and that there are people up there that and it's aren't like an energy harvester or something like that. Yeah, just like that. Luke, like a Islamic symbol. Yeah, it's like the Islamic symbol, exactly the same. That's exactly what you saw this morning, except instead of it going to the side, it was upside down. It was upside down, symbolizing the underworld with the star on top and stuff like that. Now, a lot of people symbolize it as something completely different, like the moon, like when it's upside down like that, it symbolizes that goddess Selene or something like that. Selene, I forgot the name of this goddess that they call something like that. And all I know is that when stuff like that happens, these are just signs and tells that something else is going to take place. Now that could be anything compared, depending on your perception or whatever. With all the things that's going on outside of us in the world today that everybody's paying attention to and being distracted by, that's nothing. That's nothing compared to other things, celestial things and stuff like that. That's nothing. Yeah, Dion. Yeah, I'll show you a picture. I took a picture of it this morning. I took a little video of it. It looks just like that sign that Luke just put out in the chat. It's the exact same thing. Here we go, round 9. But it's instead of it being sideways, it was upside down this morning. Did y'all see that, Carbonated? You see that this morning? Salute. Shout out to Carbonated. Much love. Shout out to you and the wife, man. Shout out to Virginia. 4, 5. Damn. Here we go. The other leg. That don't count. We on 7. Here we go. 8, 9, 10. Here we go. Last set. Yeah. Let's see. Dion, appreciate that. Peace, carbonated. Much love. Fly, I don't understand that, but appreciate you coming through. Appreciate that, Dion. We got one more set. One more set. We at 100. I think the urinal Islamic moon is horizontal and not on the side. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if it was meant to be, like when they did that symbology. I know there's a reason why they do certain things. And I know it has a deeper meaning, but I never really actually studied deep into the Islam. But I know enough about it, the basics and stuff like that. But the symbology of it, I didn't study the symbology of it. But I know it has some type of meaning to it that, that they be worshiping and shit. Here we go, last set. Yeah, Luke. It just don't happen a lot. So when I see stuff like that, I already automatically know. I already automatically know. Automatic. Signs can tell tales just above, just looking up, looking at the stars. When I was younger, my mom used to send us out to a place out here in the mountains, deep in the mountains called Ouray, in Ouray, Colorado, Camp Chief Ouray. And we used to camp out the whole week. My mom would drop us off. She would drop us off and go back home. It's like a 4-hour drive from here. And she would go back home, and we would be there for 2 weeks. And what we did was, as kids, we used to camp out in the mountains. We used to study herbs, the plants, and stuff like that. And at night, we used to look at the stars. They taught us how to look at read the stars, like the Dipper. And we used to be able to understand what this star meant, that star meant, and how it connected. Different things. How you could see you like a man with a sword and stuff like that. And all this stuff is in the skies. We learned this when we was little. But we don't learn these things in school nowadays. They don't teach us this stuff. The stuff that we used to learn. I think the Camp Chief, I think they still do that out here in Colorado, but I don't think they teaching stuff like they used to. I don't think they teaching how to read the stars and stuff like that. But yeah, this stuff always fascinated me. That's why I'm always looking up. Always, I'm still, doing the same things that I learned how to do when I was younger, or at least, to some degree, I am. I'm not like an expert or anything like that, but I'm not dumb neither. Because I feel like there's a huge importance to what's going on in the sky. Like you could literally tell what's happening, what's going on and stuff like that. Even like not just the sky, not just in the sky, but like Dion was talking about clouds today and yesterday. Yeah, I see that too, and I know that in Chicago they have a whole in no man's land in Chicago. They have a huge out in the middle of nowhere. They have a huge warehouse that literally produces clouds. It produces clouds. So yeah, a lot of clouds are not real. Some clouds you just gotta be able to. I don't know, like you could tell the difference, especially when you paying attention to the sky as much as I do. You could tell the difference between what's real and what isn't. But then even like nature, when you're looking at things outside, you can like nature. Everything is communicating with you. Like y'all know how I always say that when you look at something, you're supposed to see yourself in it because everything is one. Everything is connected, one way or the other. Like whether we agree with it or not, we're all connected. You know what I'm saying? We're all connected. Everything is connected in some way, shape, or form. Like when I always talk about mushrooms and and herbs and stuff like that. There's a whole network under the ground. Just look like your neurons in your brain that's connecting and always building and connecting more neurons and connecting more and always building and creating and stuff like that. That's why I always talk about the right brain hemisphere and the left brain hemisphere, and how we should remain in the middle so that we can actually see what's going on, because you can't see with these two eyes on what's really happening. You got to literally feel it. You got to be able to see with the one eye that you got and feel it so that you can communicate back, because everything is communicating with us. But we're not paying attention because we're too distracted with all this outside activity of what we think we see with these two eyes. Scientifically, it even says it scientifically. Y'all can look it up that the what we see with these two eyes is 0.0035%. So what are we really looking at? You know what I'm saying? What are we really looking at? Y'all could do the research on that too. I'm not lying. Because the photons that's shooting out of your eyes are not the same photons that's shooting back into your eyes. It's completely different. So you're not looking at what you think you're looking at. Four, five, six, ooh, seven, uh, eight, nine, 10. That's 100. 100 on the right leg. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, 9, 10. All right. There we go, y'all. That's 100 per leg. Appreciate everybody coming through. We're gonna keep going. Patrick, appreciate that. Much love. You are YellaChelly, the shaman. Appreciate that, Luke. Yep, the wife is right here. She's right here. She's always listening. I'm telling you, she be in the deep. She further than I am. She way further than I am. I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing. But yeah, appreciate that, y'all. Appreciate that, Dion. We're gonna keep going. And wildflowers coming out of the ground. Absolutely. You know, naturally, we're not supposed to cut the grass. That's another one of them things that we don't pay attention to. Like even me, like I felt I loved cutting the grass because I like the way that it looked when I cut it, like the lines and the designs and shit. But as I was getting older, when I was learning everything, realizing that we're connected and everything is communicating to each other and with us. And you know, when you walk in tall grass, that's a good thing. But the only thing is, like in Africa, like that what's that tribe called in Africa? Uh uh I forgot their name, what the tribe is called, but they are the tribe. Y'all can look them up, y'all can Google them. But they're the ones who walk on sticks. Real tall sticks. Like the sticks is taller than this, and they're at the top of the stick and they're walking the sticks. Because the tall grass, the reason why they don't want to walk the tall grass while they're hunting is because of the snakes. You can't see the snakes in the grass because the grass is tall or whatever. And that would be the only The only thing that you would have to, watch out for as far as when it comes to tall grass. But here, it's the same thing, but we're not necessarily really supposed to be cutting the grass. We're supposed to let it grow and let it do what it's supposed to do because that's natural. It's natural. You know what I'm saying? It could be a natural bed for somebody as well. But then again, you still worry about snakes and stuff like that and poison ivy. But these things, you got to understand the very things that contaminate you are the very things that's going to heal you, like poison ivy. It's called homeopathy. We learned that in camp as well because we was coming across poison ivy and stuff like that and other things that your skin brushes up against and uh you get irritated immediately. The very thing that irritated you is going to be the very thing that heals you. All you would need to do is take a piece of the poison ivy, put it into a 5 gallon water or anything, any water bottle or something like that, shake it up, put a drop into another water bottle, just a drop. You don't need a lot, but a little drop. Shake it up and do it again, at least 5 times, and drink that water. And you will see the abrasions and everything just go away. So the very thing that just uh uh messed your leg up is the very thing that just healed your leg. It's called homeopathy. Y'all can look it up. Ain't nothing in this world that we should be afraid of. There's people out in India every day getting bit by venomous snakes, but because they understand what venom is and what it does, they don't die from it. You see what I'm saying? Some people do, some people don't. It's just a matter of where you are consciously. You see what I'm saying? It's different levels. You see what I'm saying? You literally, like, when you become aware of who you are, you literally become immortal to the very things that we think is out here killing us are not killing us. We are only killing ourselves because we decide not to be organic anymore. We don't want to be organic no more because we too distracted. We don't want to study homeopathy, so now we find ourselves out in the jungle somewhere. We don't understand what this plant can do for us. We don't understand that that plant can be harmful. We don't understand none of this stuff. You see what I'm saying? Too distracted, man. We like when we realize who he is, then these things, wanting to learn these things, come naturally. You know what I'm saying? It comes naturally. That's why I'm grateful, for my mom. I'm grateful for everything that she did for us and kept us outside, kept us, learning certain things that, we don't learn in school nowadays. We don't learn these things at all. You know what I'm saying? If you were to take a random person and literally like a video game, like say you say that you're the spectator of the what's that game that everybody be playing that's similar to reality today. Grand Theft Auto, GTA. So say you're the spectator and you're the creator of GTA. So say you take a random person out the street of GTA. What's the name? San Andreas or whatever. Take him out of San Andreas and put him in the middle of the forest somewhere. How long you think he gonna survive mentally first? And then how long you think he just gonna, what's gonna happen to him? He's just gonna fall and lay waste because he don't know where he's at. He don't know what to do with himself. He don't know what he can eat. He don't know where to walk. How he can. He don't know how he can, pluck a tree and get some fresh water out the tree. Or there might be a cactus somewhere where he can get cactus. All he gotta do is take out the little spiky thingies, open that motherfucker up, and drink some water. He don't know about these things. So what happens? He dies because he doesn't know who he is. He's not connected with the things that surround him. They're unaware. They're unaware of who they are, so therefore they're unaware of everything else in their environment. So now they just have a whole consciousness of just unawareness, unconscious. What's going on, Mpa? My pa? Appreciate that. You coming through. Once you let your long grow beyond an inch. Oh yeah, I already read that. Yep, that's a fact though. Dion said hello to the wife. He said hello. She's Cleopatra. She walked this earth before. Absolutely. I would say, like for me, like even me and her, actually, we went to a shaman before. Um, and we were sitting, where was we at? We was in, when we met this shaman, we met her at, out here in Cherry Creek. and she came out here. Where was she from? She's actually from here, but she came from out of the country because she was doing some work, some healing work out of the country, and she came back, and we met with her, and we were sitting around with a group of people in her crystal shop because in her out here she has a crystal shop. The place is like illuminating with good energy, like all kinds of crystals, different type of golds and stuff like that, and even on the ceiling like chimes and all kind of stuff. And me and my wife walked in there and we sat down and we was right next to each other, and she told us some things that I already knew, but I was surprised that, well, not necessarily surprised because I know she was connected in that way, but I was like, I was surprised. I'll be honest with you, I was a little surprised. But she was reading the room, and there were spirits coming up. A lot of people's what you would call is your angels, or your so-called bodyguards, or people, or entities that are guardians over you. What she say about you again? I forgot. Say it again.
She said I speak to extraterrestrials.
She said to my wife that she communicates and that she speaks to extraterrestrials, which she does. Like, she speaks to her grandmother all the time. And her grandmother is the one who told her about the house that her and her grandpa built that she didn't even know about. And we went up there to go look at it. And damn sure there it was, right there in the mountains out in Divide, Colorado. And she definitely communicates with extraterrestrials. And she got to me, and she said, like I told y'all before, in one of my past lives, I was a ruler, and I was on horseback, and I was, I'm still. Remember, these lives are parallel lives. They're going on right now in just different realities and different dimensions. And she said that I was a ruler, very stern, very firm, and on horseback, doing what I do best over there. But and she also said that I have two guardians that are right behind me that are always with me, and they're males. And she said some other stuff as well. She said that me and her are ancient souls, but this is something that we already knew. We ancient. We've been here. We've been coming back for over 25 centuries, and we've been coming back. Everybody be trying to figure out why. But yeah, man, definitely. I'm not a shaman myself. I don't identify as like a shaman, but I would definitely go out to like when we travel, definitely go out to Mexico, go to the mountains, go to Michoacan, out in the mountains out there, and literally just meditate. And I already know there's shamans out there, so we already know the shamans is gonna greet us with some mushrooms, and we gonna take off, and we gonna travel the universe. I know that story sounds crazy to some of y'all, but eventually y'all gonna understand. Shout out Miss Helen. Appreciate you, Miss Helen. Appreciate that, Dion. Luke, we are just so disconnected. We get bitten, we don't know, we die. Yup. I live in America, Patrick. Amaruka. Tartarian. Where you live, Patrick? Appreciate that, Renivaldo. Appreciate that. Where you from, Renivaldo? Where you from? I understand Spanish. Appreciate that. Appreciate that, Dion. Much love. But yeah, we communicated with a real shaman before, because a lot of them you're not gonna run across shamans like real shamans in real life, because it has to be more so of a what'd you say? Yeah, like my wife said, it has to be more so of a calling. Like, it literally is a spirit to spirit connection. So you're not gonna run into no real. Yeah, there's a lot of shamans out here that say they shamans, but they not. You know, yeah, they're not. Trust me, the real shamans are not going to be on social media. They're not looking for you, and you should not be looking for them. If it happens, and you actually run into a shaman, a real shaman, you will know spiritually, you're gonna know when you run into a shaman, because it's not just gonna happen out in the city or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it happened with us, but that was definitely destined to happen, because we've been calling, we always been communicating. We in them other realms just as well as she was. And we just happened to be in the same area at the same time so that we can communicate with each other. And that's what happened. So a lot of healing took place that day. And we also, grabbed some crystals and stuff like that. But remember, like, with all these stuff and all these techniques and stuff like that, none of that shit matters at the end of the day. Like, you hear all these spiritual people talking about crystals, and they talk about smudging yourself and getting in the tub with this certain type of salt and this, and some blue lotus and all of this stuff. None of that shit matters unless you actually believe in it. Like, if you truly believe in your soul and you know that these things are helping you and these things is guiding you in a way, then okay, they'll energetically definitely help you. But a lot of people are just doing these things, and it's becoming their personality, and they're getting lost in the sauce and they don't even know it. So, like, when you like, especially like when you like a empath, and you are aware that you are an empath, you'll be able to see through it. You'll be able to see it for what it is. You'll be able to see online, like a lot of these people that's online on here on YouTube talking spiritual talk and stuff like that. They're not really about it. A lot of these terror, what's it what's that called? Like, when they're reading the cards and stuff, tarot cards and stuff like that, and they read in you, based on these cards. Now, not to say that these things is not like legit. They absolutely are legit. Our ancestors used to use these things all the time, but nowadays it's different. You got to understand, a lot of these people, they it's becoming their personality, and they losing their way. They just harvesting your energy. That's all it is. And they planting seeds in your mind that you allowing, and you not even knowing it. So when you go and get your reading done, there's this place close by to us where there's a house. And this house, there's a sign on the yard say, "Come in and get your," what does it say? "Come get your reading," or something like that. Psychic reading and shit like that. I promise you, you go in that house, you're gonna come out a whole different person, and you wouldn't even know it. You still unconscious. I'm not saying, that there's some good psychics out here, but the abilities that they think they have, you have for yourself. You can decide these things for yourself. All of these things that they doing, you could do for yourself. You don't need anybody outside to tell you this or that. You don't need the like astrology, like I was talking about, the astrology, or like even the 12 zodiacs and stuff like that. You don't need for somebody to sit here and say like, "Oh, you a Libra, so you're a liar." On this day, on Monday, you're a number two life path. So that means on Mondays, you're gonna have bad days on Mondays. The fuck? And we going over here and we believe in all of this shit. Like, come on now. We gotta stop with all of this. Huh? Yeah, and then it happens. Why? Why does all that negativity happen on Monday? Because you believed it. You see what I'm saying? They impressed it upon your subconscious mind. It's like a birthing process. So when they're speaking to you, like when these psychics are speaking to you, you gotta pay attention to their words, because what they doing is they planting seeds in your subconscious. They understand how it works. In other words, you could call it black magic, because it's on the other side of things. Now, we use this magic all the time. It's natural for us to. We always do. But when they saying certain things, they planting seeds. And just like doctors, they do this all the time. Just like when I'll just do it from my own experience. When I was told that I have epilepsy, they planted that into my subconscious mind. Remember, the subconscious mind. Remember, God is no what is he? No impersonator, or what is it? What is that scripture? Acts 10:25, where God says that He's not uh uh basically, God has no favorites, right? So if if they're planting shit in your mind and you absolutely believe in it, then therefore, so that is the truth. So if you're looking at a zodiac sign and it says this is good for you, this is what you're attributed, and then this is the bad side, this is what you're here to heal, all this stuff, and it says on Monday you're, because me, I'm like on my birthday number, my life path is number two, and number two is what, Monday. So like, because you know the so you got uh, so Monday is also a day that represents moon, because moon, Sunday. Tuesday is Mars. Wednesday is uh what's that planet? I forgot. Thursday is Jupiter. Friday is Venus. Saturday is Saturn, obviously, and all each day has numbers. And you know, when you know how to code numbers and stuff like that, this is where people get lost, because they say, "Oh, today's Monday, man, today my zodiac sign thingy says that it's gonna be a bad day, and I need to really focus on this. I need to focus on that, but it's saying that I could possibly die on this day." Okay, well, if you believe that, then you will absolutely die on a Monday. If you believe that, you truly allowing that to be impressed upon your subconscious mind. Remember, it's like a womb that they impregnated. They're seeding you into your womb. They're seeding it, and it's up to you whether you believe it or not for that thing to be birthed. And when it's birthed, whatever that is, it will absolutely happen in this reality. So y'all need to be careful with that shit. With all these spiritual motherfuckers out here on YouTube and on Instagram and stuff like that. They coming out by the dozens, y'all. I promise you. It's always you, always will be you. You don't need anything outside of you but yourself. Appreciate y'all coming through. Appreciate you, Kivo, Dion, Honor, Magic. Appreciate you, Patrick, Washington D.C. Salute to Washington D.C. Much love. You in the DMV area. Shout out to Patrick, y'all. Julian, what's going on, Julian? How you feeling today? No, Shreve, your life is short. Your life is short. So you continue to do what you doing. Don't bring that shit in here. My life ain't short. I'm eternal. Stop playing with me. You see what I'm saying? So those, like what he just said in there, is like a seed that if you believe it, and you seen the syringe at the end, if you believe that shit, then maybe that just might be your time. And your time might be the syringe. You see what I'm saying? So if you allow shit like that to literally dictate, that's why I always say before I leave my life, don't let anything outside of y'all dictate how you feel. Because feeling is absolutely the reason why things is happening in your life. Your reality is responding to you. Your life is responding to your inner world. Everything that's going on in your inner world, you're going to see it in the outer world. The hermetic, the hermetic teachings say, as within, so without, as above, so below. You see what I'm saying? Do not allow people to impregnate your subconscious mind with words. You see what I'm saying? Stand guard. When I say that you have an auric field around you, huh? She be teaching over there, but she don't want to say it. But like the auric field, you got an auric field around you, and every time you walking and you walking past people, I don't know if Luke's still in here or not, but and you walking past people, you can literally connect with them, like deeply. Like when we talking about telepathy, telepathy is real, and you have the skill of telepathy. You got to build that skill up. You got to be aware of your surroundings. You know what I'm saying? You got to literally, like, it's an auric field that you cannot see with these two eyes. Remember, you can't see a lot of things with these two eyes that's really actually here. There's other dimensions, other realms, other beings, other entities that you can't see. But when you walking past somebody, you could literally like see, almost like to the point when you really tapped in, you could literally see through the person. You could literally up and scan it down. It looks like it look like when you see it, it look like a frequency, like obviously a human figure, but you can literally see like what's going on, and also you can literally see the thoughts coming through. You can literally see the thoughts. You know what they thinking. You know if they got any issues in their life and what type of energy that they on. Especially like when you really tapped in. But I would say for you, it's just to guard it. Put a shield up around you, so that when certain words come, remember you always the spectator. You are not your thoughts. at all. The thoughts are one. It's everybody's. It's a collection. You know what I'm saying? And they are just coming through. The only reason why you will be connected to a certain thought is because you gave it emotion, you gave it attention. So therefore, that thought now becomes a reality. Everything you look at out here is was once before a thought, before it is what it is today. You see what I'm saying? The chair, this mat right here, was a thought before it became matter. This bar was a thought before it became matter. Only difference between me and the bar is its frequency. That's why it is as solid as it is, and I could touch it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's vibrating at a different frequency. That's the only difference. It's still an atom. Atom. Adam. Atom. It has atoms in it. What are atoms? Protons, neutrons, electrons oscillating. They're always moving. And the reason why they're moving, it makes it what it is. The reason why I'm moving is because the atoms within me are oscillating. It's making me what I am. But the difference between me and this guy is that I am conscious of it. I am aware of what I am. You see what I'm saying? I am aware because I am the spectator. I am the one who watches and sees it all and then creates it all. You got a left brain hemisphere, you got a right brain hemisphere. The left side is logic, the right side is more so what? Creativity, more and more closer to God, right? That's why in the Bible he said, cast your net out to the right side of the boat. And then what happened? Boom. But also, when it comes to this world, when it comes to this matrix with things that you cannot see, you have to remain detached. Pick up the skill of detachment so that you're not allowing anything to dictate how you feel, because that's how you communicate with God, through feeling. It's not through speaking. Speaking, yes, but through repetition. But what you think about, you bring about. You see what I'm saying? And it's also the same thing. In the beginning was what? In the Bible, in Genesis, says in the beginning was what? The word. Why would it say that? Because the word is nothing more than a vibration. Before it is a word, it's a vibration. Which comes before a frequency? Vibration comes before the frequency. So be careful about what you think about, because you're broadcasting that vibration, that frequency out into the universe. We live in a magnetic universe. So everything that you attract comes to you, whether that be good or bad. That's why you don't blame nobody else for none of your bullshit, because it came from you. It came from you. Let me see. Hold on. Julian, what's up, man? Yeah, nah, Sharavian, whatever that guy was, he was doing exactly what I was just telling y'all. That's how you know. Appreciate that, Miss Helen. There's like life is short. May as well just have fun. Like, don't take anything serious. They just don't want to put in the work most of the time. Facts, Julian. That's all it is. That's all it is. And like all of this stuff is no, like I always say, you don't believe me, because this has nothing to do with fear mongering or none of that. All that I'm speaking to you guys is my truth from my own personal experiences. I don't tell y'all to believe me at all. Just be open and have some respect enough for you to be able to go and meditate on what I be saying and show yourself approved. Find your own truth. A lot of y'all have similar experiences than me, but or as me, but a lot of you don't even realize it though, because a lot of us ain't conscious of it. You see what I'm saying? I'm only human. I'm also have my times where I'm unconscious. You see what I'm saying? But that's all right, because we come back into awareness. We always come back into the remembering, and remembering who we are and why we're here and our purpose. Best book on telepathy. Uh, I don't have a specific telepathy book, and I'm pretty sure what I'm looking for. Uh, it's basically a book based off of for empath specifically. It's an empath book, and it'll definitely help you uh, understand how to use your intuition to pick up the thoughts that you see coming from people. Like,
you can do like certain techniques, Luke, that could help you with your like your mental science and stuff like that. Um, let me see here. What else? Let me see. Mm, this one. There's no specific book that I have on telepathy, but I will give you some things that will help you. That'll get there. Just off of this one. Let me see. 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 Yeah, I got something for y'all though, that y'all can take away and go read. Got a lot of metaphysical books. I'm trying to find a specific one. So this one, uh, I'll just leave it at these right here, Luke. So this one, here we go.
It said, give a thought energy. Given a thought energy can be trying to push it away too much as well. Absolutely, if you're not aware of it. Because some people like when it so that reminds reminds me of Julian, that reminds me of uh manifestation. Like so you're saying that you want something, so you're broadcasting that to the universe, right? Or to God or source or whatever you call it, right? But the fact that you want it does not mean that you're going to get it, because what you're broadcasting in your mind, what that thought energy that you're giving out, is the fact that you want something. So the universe is like, okay, you want this, okay, I'm gonna give you some more wants, I'm gonna give you more wants. So without the consciousness of already having it, then you don't have it. But with the consciousness that you do have it, then the universe is okay. Okay, now I feel you. Now you're feeling yourself having it. So now, like I said, God communicates through feeling. So now you absolutely have it because you already have that feeling. So what would it feel like? So Julian, for example, as an entrepreneur, what's your desired state of consciousness, your desired feeling of what you desire fully when it comes to entrepreneurship or when it comes to anything that you desire in your life? How would you feel if you already had that right now? So that feeling is the feeling that you should maintain. When you maintain that feeling, you're broadcasting that to the universe, and obviously God is going to bless you with that feeling. So now when it comes, it's not a surprise. You've already been feeling it. You've already had it. You see what I'm saying? Everything that you have in your world today is because you already maintain that frequency that you have it, if that makes sense. You're not just broadcasting any type of thought thinking that you're gonna get something when you don't already have it. You don't have things that you don't already vibrationally have within. You see what I'm saying? But here we go. I got these that's gonna help. Now these aren't specific like telepathy books, but there's certain like techniques in here that you can use. Remember, it's not within the techniques itself, and it's not within the books itself. It's always you. But this book right here, The Infinite Minefield. What does that say? The Infinite Minefield, The Question to Find the Gateway to Higher Consciousness. This is by Anthony Peake. Really good book. This book is fire. And then we got this one. This one is my favorite, all-time favorite book right here. It's called Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz. Maxwell Maltz. Psycho-Cybernetics. And it says, tap into the power of your subconscious mind to improve your self image, learn to use your positive past, set and achieve worthwhile goals, develop compassion, self respect, forgiveness, cultivate the power of rational thinking, discover the key to happier, more successful life. This one is really good. This one is like one of my, all time favorites. And then right here, this one is probably the closest one to, the telepathy, which is Melanin Empath. Really good book. Really good symbology in the picture alone by Jade Asikiwe is the author. If y'all can see that at the bottom. And it says, discover the knowledge of melanated beings born with empathic energy. This book right here, I recommend it for sure. Real good book. And then this autobiography of a yogi gonna help y'all basically catapult yourself to different, consciousness. This one right here, autobiography of a yogi, who is Paramahansa Yogananda is his name. Is his name. This book right here, man, Self-Realization Fellowship. See what I'm saying? This right here, and I would say this one right here, my favorites, but this one right here, as far as telepathy, this will get you right. This will get you right. It's not specifically based on telepathy, but it's all the same thing that you can utilize. I got a lot more books as well, but this is all we're gonna work with today. Let me see. 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 Yeah, study some Buddha teachings. Let me see. 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 What else? What else we got? Uh, that's just too much to be looking through. But yeah, that's it for right now as far as the books. I've heard of Cycle. Appreciate that, Dion. What's going on, Nastya from Russia? Much love. Shout out to Russia. Julian, I've heard of Psycho-Cybernetics by a few entrepreneurs. Yep, definitely a really good book. A lot of y'all, a lot of the 1% read that book and try to be taken up. That's what some of the things that they use to manipulate certain people and certain things. They just using it on the other side. You know what I'm saying? So that they can make their money and stuff like that. You have melanin, Luke. You have melanin. You just have different type of melanin, which brings out a certain type of skin that you have. Melanin is in all of us. Me specifically, I have neuromelanin. You would have pseudomelanin. You have melanin. We just gotta understand what melanin is. Remember, melanin is more expensive than gold in the stock market, or in the private market, I should say. You know what I'm saying? Where are you from? Mustafa. Mustafa from America. Where you from? Where you from, Mustafa? All right. Put this stuff back. Yeah, we can get into some books and stuff for sure though. If y'all real interested in that, yeah, books is my definitely one of my things. And the book I'm in now, I've been in this book for a minute.
What book you in right now? You in that Joe Dispenza book? Oh, okay, yes, yeah. Yeah, a lot of people they not really hip to reading, but it is what it is. That's probably one of the reasons why a lot of us fall victim to allowing our outside reality to dictate how we feel because they too closed in on taking somebody else's perspective. But it is what it is. That's all it is other people's perspective. And all you do is take it in and meditate on it. You don't believe it, you take it in and you meditate. You get all your information in your meditations because it all comes from you anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely, Luke. Most definitely. Yeah, I love reading. That's one of my things that I do. Appreciate that, Dion. Understand how reading can help much if you don't already experience it. Now, it just depends on you. So for me, I don't need the reading at all, neither. I don't need it. I realize that. Just like I indulge in a lot of things in this reality that I know I don't need, but I choose to utilize them, like cannabis. I don't need that. I don't need the mushrooms, but I love the spirit. Just like I don't need any of these books, but I love the perspective of some of these authors because their life is similar to how mine is, and they realize who they are. See what I'm saying? Like a lot of us, we say that everybody's favorite book in the world is the Bible, right? The Bible people don't this their favorite book, but they don't even know how to read it. You see what I'm saying? Like all it is a concoction of other people's perspective on who they believe God is. You see what I'm saying? It's all it is. And these are also perspective of metaphysical perspectives on their personal experiences. Now, all I can do is read their perspective and take that perspective in and take out what have I been experiencing. It helps me remind me who I am within. You see what I'm saying? Now it doesn't have any effect on what I got going on because I don't allow it to. Because I don't personally believe anything that's outside of me anymore. But I utilize certain things that I know that could possibly help me in certain aspects of life. You know what I'm saying? And I do give a credit to a lot of the books that I've been reading. But besides that, yes, meditation though. Meditation is where you get your information from. Meditation and being still and listening is where you get your information from. A lot of people be talking about meditation and they saying they have a hard time because they can't close their mind. They got all these thoughts going through their mind and stuff like that, which is normal. Thoughts still go through my mind when I'm meditating. But the difference is I let them go. I don't sit there and hold a certain thought in my mind. I let it go. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. I let it go. And eventually it's like building a muscle. And the more you do it, the more the thoughts will start to actually fade away to the point where you will get to that point, to that zero gap. Some people just sit in meditation, which is good, man. Sit in meditation for like 10 minutes, 5 minutes a day. That's a lot better than the majority of the people that you come across in your day, you know? But a lot of the information that you're gonna get is gonna be in your dreams or through meditation. And through meditation is going to help you become more aware in your everyday life and everything that you got going on in life. Meditation is literally my thing. It could be I believe it's for everybody to do, to sit there and be still and know who you is. I mean, it's in the Bible itself. Be still and know that I am God. So, but yeah, that's just my view on it. I did mushrooms a few times, and I was like, yeah, I've been here before through meditation. Yeah. See, but the mushrooms for me was way more confusing. Yeah, so like when it comes to the spirit of the herb, uh, Huh? When it comes to mushrooms, I would say that not only mushrooms, any other plant medicine that's here for us to actually use if we know how to use it. But it depends on the mind state that you are already currently in. Now, if you just taking mushrooms and you taking cannabis and whatnot, and you just trying to escape something, all the spirit of the mushroom is going to do is expand it. Whatever it is that you got going on in your mind mentally, it's going to illuminate it. Like it's going to make it bigger. So that's why they call it trips nowadays. They call it bad trips and stuff like that because you didn't sit down, you didn't even meditate before you even took the shroom. You're not grateful for the spirit of the herb. The spirit of the herb is going to bless you with the very thing that you are praying for. And what you're praying for is your mental state. Your mental state is a prayer. So if your mental state is in the midst of hell, since you created it, that's the only reason why hell would exist is if you create it and you take mushrooms, now you're going to experience hell in another dimension. That's it. It's simple. Like when you're using it, make sure that you literally get yourself right. You got to get right. A lot of us don't get right. We too busy. We're too distracted. We're too distracted. That's what's up, Julian. Yeah, absolutely distorted. I would agree, Luke. We need to clear the view before we widen it. Exactly. Same thing with not just mushrooms, not just cannabis, weed, not just peyote, not just ayahuasca, all of these things. All of these things is God consciousness. It's just we need to know how to use it. You see what I'm saying? And we think that we need these things in order for us to feel this way. We don't. We already have the DMT that ayahuasca releases in our pineal gland. That's all it is. It's just a pineal gland. It's opening the veil. All it does, because we can't sit still enough for us to open the veil ourselves. So we go ahead and we go to a forest and we go take ayahuasca and we sit down with the bark of the tree and it opens a pineal for us. But we already have we didn't heal our traumas or nothing. We just taking it and boom, now you have a feeling of you just died and you really did just die, and now you're being showed this and showed that, and now you're having bad trips. You going here, you going there, and now you scared of it. Now you talking bad about the mushroom. Now you talking bad about ayahuasca. You talking bad about weed, cannabis, and all of this stuff because you didn't get right with yourself first. You entered it in a mental state of slavery already. You entered it in a mental state of hell. You entered it in a mental state of stress. You entered it in a mental state of whatever it is that you don't want, misalignment. So now you got more misalignment. You see how God works? God is impersonate. It doesn't. He shows no favoritism whatsoever. Yeah, no respecters of persons. Uh, and I forgot the verse already, which I think is Acts 10:24. I think it says it, or Acts 10:25. I don't know. I mean, y'all can look that up. But yeah, that's all I'm saying. I meditate, work out, and eat good every day. That's what's up, Julian. That's what's up. That's all it is, man. Just know who he is, and we maintain that frequency and elevate. That's what it's all about. Appreciate that, Dion. Appreciate that, Julian, Luke. Yeah, this was a good conversation, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Much love. But I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. Definitely a good talk, man. We definitely gotta do this again, Luke. For sure, Luke, Dion, Julian, cause y'all understand a little bit. Y'all supposed to help me out as well, because I'm still learning a lot of things as well. But all I do with these things is go within with it, and I find my own experience in it. Absolutely, Luke. That's facts. 100%. Because you got to balance your body out. So you definitely have to you definitely have to get out there barefoot to get them electrons because you're all on the positive side. You got to get the negative. You got to balance it out. So yeah, you got to balance it out. You got to get you some sun, some vitamin D. Hit the redness. Yep. Get all the colors. Getting all the colors from the sun is exactly what we need. Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. Unless you do that, you're still not 100% there. And that's the exact same thing that I be telling these Christians. Like if like in the Bible, like if you're not doing the exact same thing Jesus did, why are you sitting here calling yourself a Christian every day? You know what I'm saying? You're not doing anything at all that what he was doing. You see what I'm saying? Or what the allegorical story of Jesus. You're not doing that. What it's really about is Christ's consciousness that we need to take up, that we need to remember that we have. Like telepathy, Luke. Telepathy, everybody has a skill of telepathy. We just need to remember. We don't need to learn it. It's a skill that we already have, that we already harness. We just need to remember. How do you remember? Through meditation. You got to get there. You got to get silent. You got to feel yourself. Feel yourself. Because if you don't feel yourself, how do you know what you can do? How do you know what you're capable of? You don't know who you are. A lot of people, like I said before, a lot of people talking about love, but you don't love yourself. So therefore, you don't understand what love is. You don't know what love is. You don't love yourself. So that's exactly what your reality is showing you. So look at everybody in here. Look at your reality. What is it showing you? It's showing you exactly what's going on within. Every day, Julian. Facts. Good shit, man. Miss Helen, much love, Miss Helen. Appreciate you coming through. You as well. You have a blessed day. About to get out of here myself. Jesus was a holistic magician. Yeah, was a mystic. Absolutely. And what we should be taking up is Christ consciousness. Christ consciousness. It's the idea. It's the idea that's flowing through our minds. What are we like? Who are we? What are we supposed to be really doing here? You see what I'm saying? Only you would know that for you. Only you can take that up for you. Fluoride, chlorine in tap water, melatonin disrupted through phones and blue light. Absolutely, that's a fact. Yep, fluoride definitely it clogs the pineal gland as well. So therefore, a lot of people can't even astral travel at night because their bodies is also too heavy. Also because of the certain foods that you eat. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are eating late at night, so therefore their body is still working to digest everything at night. So therefore their soul can't even leave the body. They're trapping their soul in the body because the body is too heavy. At night, you need to rest. Rest means the soul is leaving the body, is going to the mental plane or the astral plane or the causal plane, whichever one you want to call it, is going to another dimension where the real world is. This, you can obviously say, this is probably the dream because this is an illusion. You can't see what we think we're seeing anyway. But when we go to sleep, we need to be able to leave the body. So the body needs to be light. It needs to be light so that you can get out of it. See, a lot of us are that are unaware of this. We doing all this eating, all this taking in a lot of the fluoride. We're doing a lot of the chlorine and all of this stuff in certain type of foods that makes the body heavier. You see what I'm saying? Light. We're light. We see literally light, like we illuminate. We light. So therefore we are light, like the Kemetic teaching or in ancient Kemet where they was talking about the balance scale. I talked about this before too, where they would balance the heart on one side of the scale and they would have a feather on the other side of the scale, and they would imagine themselves balancing it out. So therefore, when they would go into those pyramids, into them chambers, they were able to leave the body and still be conscious and go wherever they wanted to go because the body was light. There wasn't nothing holding it down. Their stomach was not trying to still break down shit when they were asleep. That's why when people wake up in the morning, they probably slept for a whole 10 hours. But then they wake up and they're still tired because their body never got real sleep because it's too busy digesting the food that you just ate. I'm not saying don't eat. There's just times you gotta understand circadian rhythm, understand your body. That's why I always say know who you are. If you don't know who you are, then obviously you're gonna have these issues. You're gonna have these problems. You see what I'm saying? You're not gonna have these experiences, these spiritual experiences. You're not gonna be able to start to see certain things that others. You're not gonna be able to decode numbers like Dion decodes numbers. You're not gonna be able to do these things because your body's too heavy. You weighing it down. You see what I'm saying? There's too much weight. You gotta let go. You gotta literally let go. Yeah, modern life is setting you up for sickness, but you have to exist in this world. We should do a whole segment on how to come to zero, back to neutral again. Absolutely, Luke. That's one of the main things I be saying right here. Right here. We cannot be too far over here, and we cannot be too far over here. It's okay to go here every now and then. Tap in, come out. Tap in, come out. It's all right. Go here, over here every now and then. Come back. But we gotta always come back to here. You see what I'm saying? Like if we are man, that you just nailed it, Luke. Neutral. And how do you remain neutral is you got to pick up the skill of detachment. So whatever it is that you like for me, for example, I smoke uh, cannabis a lot, but I remain detached from it as to a sense to where I do not need it. So therefore, today I don't have to smoke at all, and I would be totally fine with that. I could I could go and I could go to the liquor store and get me some liquor and drink it. But it wouldn't affect me because I'm detached from it because I know that I don't need it for it to make me feel a certain type of way. I could feel that certain type of way with just me being me. You see what I'm saying? Because I realize me and because I'm detached, detachment and remaining neutral. So when somebody, and it could get little touchy subjects as well, because when people die and stuff like that, and they never even they never did nothing, or like it could be anybody, passing away and whatnot. But when you understand death and what it really truly means, it's more so instead of like a funeral, it's more so like a celebration. Because honestly, they're back in peace. You see what I'm saying? Especially if they're conscious. You see what I'm saying? So now I'm detached. I'm not, that's okay with me. Shit, salute. I'm gonna go into meditation. I'm gonna call you up. Let's communicate. We can still talk, but I still remain neutral. You have to care to the point that you also don't care, if that makes sense. Like balance it out, because if not, then you fall victim to become a slave to whatever it is outside of you because it's dictating how you feel. Now you feel a certain type of way uh because you didn't get to smoke weed today. Now that motherfucking weed is your master. That's your massa because you allowed it to dictate how you feel inside. Now that boss of yours is really because they making you mad every day, and you got to show up there you believe you got to show up there every day because you don't understand this, you don't have a skill of detachment and you don't know how to remain neutral. So now your job is controlling you. So yeah, therefore slavery does exist today because of you. It's because of me. It's because of whoever, whatever you. If your life is not where it needs to be, it's because you're allowing something outside of you to dictate how you feel. You're not neutral. You got to go back and be neutral. Care to the point that you don't care. That's real love because you're showing it to yourself. When you show it to yourself, you can feel it. You can feel how what love really feels like because you're doing it for you. So now the world can see that. And now you can look at somebody else as you, and now you can really express love because you have love. You know love. You are love. You're not wanting love. You want love, you're never going to get it because you don't have it. The universe speaks through feeling. If you don't have, if you love yourself, then obviously you feel it. So therefore, God feels that love, and now y'all in communion with each other, and God blesses you with more of that in your reality. I always eat before 6 p.m. That's what's up, Miss Helen. That's what's up. Yeah, allow, because you gotta allow the body to do what it does. If we don't allow the body to do what it does, then that's why we still wake up. We can go to sleep for 8 hours, 8 to 10 hours, and still tired. Like you wake up still yawning. You don't even want to be at work. Your mind is fogged. You got a headache. All these things because your body is still working. You didn't give it time. You know what I'm saying? Because we believe that we have to eat 3 meals a day. Some people eat even more than that. You see what I'm saying? And they're never getting real sleep, no quality sleep at all. Their soul wants to leave the body. The soul, this is temporary. This is temporary. We're blessed to have it. This is a ship that we're using in this realm. But we are more than the body. Remember that. You are a metaphysical being before the body. So you need to be with the soul. Know who you is. That's why you don't need to eat as much because you need to allow the body to do what it does. I fast just about every day. I eat, yes, and I still eat what I want, but in moderation. That's why I'm allowed to eat what I want. That's why I can go and get me some alcohol and drink for a minute because it doesn't control me. I don't need these things. These are temporary things that came from the same place that I come from. The thought, the mind. You see what I'm saying? I'm the spectator of it all. The world would be much calmer if we'd all be aware of what disrupts us. Absolutely, Luke. And I would say this as well. Like if we all just come to this awareness and we stopped, like I know this is kind of like overboard for some people to even fathom, but honestly, I could tell you what's going to be the end game. What could be the end game today is if everybody, just regular people like me and you, is if everybody just stopped. If you stop paying the bills, you stop uh going to these grocery stores, you stop uh stop consuming anything that is created by the corporation. And I promise you, when you stop that energy flow, you stop giving away the energy, your energy, I promise you everything stops. All of that, their whole power, all of that so-called power that they have, all of that is gone. There's no more because they need us for their shit to be running, for their matrix to run. They need us for it. That's the only reason why it's up and running is because of us. We're keeping it up, not them. They don't have the power to do it. But y'all think they're very powerful. Y'all think that they got the power. That's not real power. I promise you, the real power is within you. It's always been within you. All they're doing is harvesting it. They got y'all thinking y'all need these things. You don't need these things. Be relentless. What's up, man? What's up? What's up? Be relentless. Appreciate you coming through, man. I'm just about done, man. Just having a little talk. Unknown Slayer, what's good? We just talking about life. How you feeling today? Miss Helen True, yes, absolutely. Luke, if it was so simple, but it is. I know that's the crazy part. Like it's so simple, but it's also like it's difficult. It's difficult because it takes us all to come together to do that. You know what I'm saying? And is that really gonna happen? You know what I'm saying? Is that gonna happen? Is we all gonna come together and unite and be like, fuck all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? If we want to do something, we want to have stuff for our own, we gonna do it on our own we're gonna build our own farms. We're gonna have our own houses, and all of this shit. Like even with the housing market, like real estate, because I'm in real estate, but not in the housing side. It's more so the land. Like these houses, man, with this type of wood, and they're building the foundation of these houses, and they're leaving the wood out in the rain. Like in the rain, what the rain does, it causes mold. Like they're letting it sit there, and a lot of these people, they just don't like people don't be going that far into shit like that. So that's why a lot of motherfuckers, in their houses, they got a lot of mold, black mold, and it's a type of like in the walls. There's black mold in the walls, and a lot of people don't even know about it because they allow that type of wood, the type of wood that they use. Let it sit out in the rain, and then they let it finish or whatever, and they cover it up with what they cover it up with. I'm not a builder or nothing like that, so I don't have names or terminology and shit like that. But and you breathing it in, and what does that cause? It causes a lot of a lot of issues in the body, and a lot of people are wondering why they're getting sick and all of these things. It has a lot to do with everything, a lot to do with everything that's going on. A bunch of systems in place, a bunch of systems in place. Absolutely, Luke. And that's the main thing that they after, man. They after the mind. The mind is God, because everything that you see in this reality comes from the mind. So if they can hijack your mind, that's a wrap. If they can hijack your mind, it's a wrap. Good money this morning. Be relentless. I was in your live, man. I couldn't chat too much because it was a busy morning driving my clients around. But shit, good money, man. Good money. But yeah, you're absolutely right, Luke. That's just the gist of it all, right there. It's the mind. It's the mind, because they know that this is it right here in the temple. This is the temple. This is the church right here. It's the church that we really should we really should keep our mind on, that we should really be talking about. It's what they after. That's what they hijacked. We can't even think for ourselves no more because we too busy consuming they shit, giving our energy away. Yep, and not see clarity. And that's one of the main things that we need in this reality is clarity. We need clarity, because without the clarity, we don't know where we're going. We need to know where we're going, and you can't know where you're going if you don't know where you've been. And you can't know where you've been if you don't know who you is. You gotta know who you are. That's why I always say, go within, know who you are, know who you are, and all of this stuff is just going. All of the ideas and everything is gonna come to you. Everything gonna come to you. Appreciate that, Luke. Much love. Appreciate the conversation, man. I'm about to get up out of here. Appreciate that, Dion. Appreciate you coming through. Be relentless. Miss Helen, Unknown Slayer. Julian was in here. Appreciate everybody. Yeah, all in all, after everything that I just said, y'all, after everything I just said, like Luke said, the best advice is just to go within. Just that's it. Just go within. How? Through meditation. Find your way through there. Not find your way, but realize your way. But absolutely, Luke, good talk, man. We about to get up out of here, y'all. Don't let nothing dictate how y'all feel. Remember that. I'ma always say it. But definitely, y'all appreciate it. Mind sharp, body strong, soul abundant. I'm out. Peace.